Matt, I know you're talking to people this afternoon, and you're here to break down the ruling, not only nationally, but what it means for us here locally.
That's right. It's very important locally, even though abortion is legal in the state. But here's how the justices voted. These are the 9 justices. This top 2 rows here, these are the conservative majority. All of them voted to overturn except Chief Justice Roberts, who went with the more the liberal vote here. 5-4 decision. So what does all this mean for our state and our country? Now, the conservative majority overruled Roe v. Wade, which essentially legalized abortions for 50 years. It ended federal constitutional protections for abortion and gave the states the power to regulate abortion. But looking beyond the decision, it laid the foundation for what the court could possibly rule on privacy rights, including same-sex marriage. Now, here are the 16 states that currently have the ability to have an abortion, a woman's right to have an abortion. And that also includes Washington State. So what does it mean for the women in our state? Well, the ruling has no effect on Washington's law protecting abortions, which was passed in 1970 before Roe v. Wade. And all women will have the right to choose, and that includes women who come to the state to seek an abortion.
Washingtonians still have access to a safe and legal abortion based on Washington state law, and we'll do everything we can in our power to make sure that providers here and women who seek an abortion here are protected from any civil or criminal liability from another state.
The Attorney General has assembled a team of 20 people in his office to study legal options to protect women who cross state lines. For example, Idaho has what's known as a trigger law, which automatically bans abortions 30 days from any decision overturning Roe v. Wade, and that was today.
They don't have jurisdiction to criminalize someone or to penalize someone from a civil standpoint here in Washington state.
But politics is unavoidable in such a controversial debate.
So we now need to be committed to this fight to prevent the Republican Party from taking away in the state of Washington this right of choice.
Democratic Congresswoman Kim Schreier warns the state could lose its abortion protections.
And we have already heard from Mitch McConnell that potentially on the agenda, should Republicans take control of the House and the Senate, would be to impose a national ban, which would essentially do away with any protections we have in Washington state.
Look, I believe it does belong in the state.
In an interview done before the ruling, the prospective Republican candidate for senator, Tiffany Smiley, who is pro-life, said she'd advocate for women in her own way.
Especially as a woman, as a mom, I understand this, and I believe, women that have access to treatment, resources, care, anything they would need in that time of need will make the best decision.
Her opponent, incumbent Democrat Patty Murray, says the real fight is now on to prevent a federal ban from happening.
It is a very real possibility, and we have to make sure we are electing people who will enshrine Roe in law and not allow that to happen.
Coming up the half hour, we'll hear more about the tentacles of this ruling that can have an impact on protecting your privacy rights. And the governors of Washington, Oregon, and California want to help women who come to their states to seek an abortion. More on that coming up at 5:30.
All right, Matt, thank you.